Many have attempted to understand what makes us human. As so, many books have tried to demonstrate the many complex facets of the human mind through storytelling. One theme remains constant.
The ability to feel guilt and the desire to right one's wrongs is one of many complex emotional skills that makes one human. This theme was prevalent in 3 works we read this year.
The first work we are going to be introducing to you is The Kite Runner. The story is centered around Amir, a young boy who is growing up as a high-class Pashtun in Pakistan.
His friend, a boy of a lower social class named Hassan, is constantly put down and ridiculed by Amir. Amir feels guilty for many things he did to Hassan when he was a child, but the number one event was when Hassan was raped by Asef. Asef was the neighborhood bully. Amir regrets only watching and not helping Hassan, even when he easily could have prevented rape. His selfishness got in the way.
Amir leaves Afghanistan during the Soviet occupation and heads to America. Many years later, he gets a call from an old friend in Pakistan who says he must visit because he has news about Hassan. The horrible feeling of knowing what he had done to Hassan is still lingering in the back of his mind, which made him agree to go. He learns in Pakistan that Hassan was really his half-brother from a different mother and that Hassan was killed by the Taliban.
Amir feels that Hassan's death is his fault, as he had kicked him out. But his friend tells him that Hassan had a son, and that son is currently in Afghanistan in a homeless shelter. Knowing that he could be easily killed in Afghanistan, and that he may never be able to return, he leaves to retrieve Sarab anyway, because he holds so much regret for what he did to Hassan that he feels it is his duty to retrieve Sarab and give him a better life, as it is the only thing.
Amir crosses the border to Afghanistan, finding Sarab as a dancing boy for the Taliban. When he tries to get Sarab from the Taliban, he finds out it is actually Asef holding Sarab captive. Amir demands Sarab from Asef, and Asef beats him nearly to death, but in this moment he feels happiness, as he feels he is finally getting the beating he should have gotten the day Hassan was raped. He then brings Sarab back to Pakistan and eventually, after months, is able to adopt him and give him a better life in the US.
The book finishes with Amir saying to Sarab that he would do anything for him 1,000 times over, which is what Hassan would say to Amir, demonstrating that Amir feels he is making up for his cruelty towards Hassan by raising his child and putting his life before his own, as Hassan had for him, finally allowing him to be at peace.
Our next example is the book Much Ado About Nothing by William Shakespeare.
In the book, there is a scandal to break up the wedding between 2 lovers, Claudio and Hero. As so, the antagonist of the book, Don John, plots to ruin the wedding by allowing Claudio to believe a lie that Hero is cheating on him.
At their wedding, Claudio calls out Hero for cheating, and Hero passes out and fakes her death to get rid of the false belief that she cheated. Claudio believes he caused her death and she died from shock. This leads to him saying, "Sweet Hero, now thy doth appear in the rare semblance that I loved first." This exemplifies his regret for having caused what he thinks was Hero's death, and that he wishes he could have her back as sweet and innocent as when he first fell in love. Our last example is the book A Curious Incident of a Dog in the Nighttime. The book is centered around a boy who has autism named Christopher, who does not understand lying. He believes his mother is dead and has for years. Eventually, he learns his mother is alive and his father has been keeping this from him. This leads him to distrust his father and question the facts he knows about his life. Christopher's father goes to lengths to earn back Christopher, even tracking him down at his mother's house. He feels terrible for keeping his mother from Christopher and doesn't know how to make it up for him. This shows Christopher's father's lengths he goes to try to fix his failure to his son. Together, these 3 stories illustrate that guilt and the compulsion to right one's wrongs is what makes us human.